We're tracking all the major stories right here. Crime stories, insurgency in the northeast, appointment of persons thought to be incorruptible to fight corruption. Data feeds all coming in one place simultaneously. We will focus on a few of them. The Nigerian Union of Local Government Employees is crying foul, accusing the state governors of stealing and diverting monies to their personal projects. They want a probe. This is coming in the wake of an anti-corruption drive by the Buhari administration. Will the government beam its searchlight on its lower tier? What if they discover that the biggest corruption it's fighting lies right under its nose at the state and local government joint accounts? The president's appointments are also based on merit. So says this man. Already, the president is selecting people he feels will work with him. He has appointed these men. This is who they are, and they are expected in the coming weeks that there will be more. And there are calls, though, by the eastern Nigerian parts that they are being marginalized in these appointments. A point doused by the Imo State Governor Rochas Okorocha, who says it is too early. So, if the East is marginalized, what could this mean? What if the Igbos' expectations fall short in the coming appointments? What next? The ministerial list looms at the moment. What are the women saying in all of this? APC National Publicity Secretary Lai Mohammed says that you can't judge the president based on about 40 appointments. There are close to 1,000 more. Data feeds coming in real time, real fast. We'll keep a pace with them right here. This is State of the Nation. You're watching State of the Nation. I am Gimba Umar. Right behind me, information still coming through. ChannelsTV.com, YouTube.com/ChannelsWeb, tweet at ChannelsTV and at Gimba003. Let's know your thoughts on the subject. Boko Haram has continued to attack remote villages and killing innocent people. In Buni, where the insurgents rode on horses, 68 people were killed in that attack. The Nigerian Air Force is taking pole position, though, in the fight to move in and accomplish Mr. President's declaration of 3 months, a deadline he ordered that Boko Haram must be routed out of the northeast. Professor Hawa Abu Biu from the Department of Education, University of Maiduguri in the troubled Borno State, now joins me live. Let's talk to you about the efforts the military is doing in its fight against Boko Haram. The Air Force, we know, is leading the offensive, taking the fight to the terrorists. Boko Haram is making efforts to move down south, an area largely thought to be peaceful, and has not recorded any Boko Haram attacks. What do you make of this situation?
Well, I'm just hearing this for the first time that the Boko Haram is moving towards the east. What I know is that the military, as well as in particular the Air Force, have been doing a lot of things in the sky, over land. They have been doing a lot of work towards addressing these issues of insurgency. And the same thing is applies to the land army. So far, so good. There are a lot of successes recorded. As you must have heard, they have recaptured one of the popular business centers in Borno, that is Gamborungala, which has been in the hands of the insurgents for quite a long time. And, this is a very welcome idea to everybody in this country. And then those of us in Borno State in particular. As far as I'm concerned, the military as a whole is doing very well, and they're really addressing the issues of, attacking these insurgents the way it is supposed to be done. And I think if this had been done longest time ago, wouldn't have been in this condition that we are in now. You ask of Maiduguri. Maiduguri is very peaceful now. In fact, you would never think that something has ever happened in Maiduguri. Maiduguri has been very peaceful, it's very peaceful, very busy. Everybody is busy doing his or her own normal activities. As you know, it is the house of everybody. All the IDPs are in Borno, and everybody is doing one thing or the other to survive. Alhamdulillah.
Well, the Air Force is leading this offensive, taking the war to Boko Haram, deploying its fighter jets. What does this suggest to the people of the Northeast?
This is now proving to us that the leadership of the country is ready to bring peace back to Northeast in particular, and then Nigeria as a whole. Because these days you hardly hear of, since the Air Force started action, we have not heard of any other place being overtaken by the insurgents. You know, even those that were taken over by insurgents have been recaptured. Maybe about 3 or 4 days ago, we heard of them going to one village in Ganze, and I think because the Air Force had not gone to that part of the state. But as far as I, as a person, is concerned, the Air Force is doing wonderfully, very well. They are doing very well, and we commend their efforts in all their dealings.
So for you, this is an effective way to tackle Boko Haram using the Air Force.
Yes, it is. It is because you hardly know where these people are hiding. You know, you hardly know where they are hiding. But I believe if they can be seen from the sky, and I believe if a place has been targeted as a place taken over by insurgents, being occupied by members of Boko Haram, if anybody is seen there, he or she should be termed as a member of Boko Haram. So if they can be attacked from the sky, from up there, whoever is there should be killed as far as I'm concerned, because he or she must belong to the Boko Haram group. So
in your move, it's a smart move having the Air Force to move in? Is that what you mean?
Well, as far as I'm concerned, I think missing link in what manner? You know, in those days, during the last administration, we used to hear that they've sent fighter jets and what have you, and we never saw any result. But I believe now that the fighter jets have been sent to the northeast, and then with the success being recorded, I think it has been the missing link, or whatever you call it, in this fight against insurgents. And these are the only ones that can attack this problem, because you don't know where they are, but if you can see them from above. So maybe I think it is the missing link. The Air Force, and they're doing very well, excellently well.
You live in Maiduguri, by and large, of course, you do. What has been your observation on the manner the army is fighting back since the president's order to the army chiefs to defeat Boko Haram in 3 months?
I've only seen for myself. I have not conducted an opinion survey. As far as I'm concerned, as I earlier told you, if a place is targeted as a place taken over by insurgents, for all this time, for this long period of time that we have been suffering, I believe anybody there, whether he or she has been captured by these people, should be part of them, because I don't know. Honestly, we are looking for ways of bringing peace back to Nigeria, and we pray that whoever has a hand in this thing should be brought to book. So if a place, civilians, even the insurgents are civilians, the innocent ones are the ones that have been captured by them. And we pray that, I believe, if your time has not come, you will not die. And if you have been taken there innocently, you know, being under these useless people, God will find a way of saving you, or whoever he is, from the hands of these insurgents. And the army has been doing a lot. They have been rescuing many people. I know that they brought in a number of people from the bushes, although some of them were identified to be part of the group, because whichever group they say, or whatever they say, they have to undergo some kind of screening. In the course of the screening, sometimes they find the members of the sect amongst them, but then the innocent ones are also saved.
Professor Hawa Abubio of the University of Maiduguri, a professor of education, I want to thank you so much indeed for your time and your thoughts. One thing that's clear, which is, of course, which she mentioned, Gamboru Ngala is now in the control of the Nigerian army, and the area thought to be an economically viable place in Maiduguri.